Charles Hurt is with us this Monday morning. Charles, is the president dismissing inflation? That may be a good political tactic because, you know, inflation is a concern for everybody, so he dismisses it. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah. I guess that's the best sort of analysis you could provide there, but I don't think it is wise because the only thing worse than overseeing a disaster like this with inflation is to sit here and act like it's not happening or it's not a big deal and not doing anything to address it.
You can't gloss over these things, especially when you see in the Wall Street Journal a very interesting article over the weekend that electricity prices are going straight up all across the country this winter. Big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. And this is why the two things, economy and crime are two things you cannot hide from. Politicians cannot hide from it. They can't talk their way out of it. These are things that individual citizens feel in their own homes, in their own neighborhoods. They talk to their neighbors about it. And it affects them in very real ways. You cannot hide from this. And that's why I say, because what happens when, first of all, you have the problem, which, of course, politicians always get blamed for problems like this. But then when you're not even able to address it and acknowledge it and put forth some sort of strategy for dealing with it, it makes people feel like you ultimately completely lose all credibility with voters. And when politicians lose credibility with voters, they're done. Their goose is cooked.
Now, President Biden's approval rating is rising. It's now hit 45%. Yeah. It's out of the basement. Is that because of Trump and abortion?
It's sort of hard to say. It's a real head scratcher. I think maybe it has something to do with the fact that gas prices have come down. But you know what? When gas prices go up to $5, $6 a gallon, they tend to come down. That doesn't mean we're still looking at gas prices twice what they were when Joe Biden took office. But honestly, I think that this poll, this latest poll, suggests, it sort of pinpoints the difficulty of polling in this environment. And when the president spends months haranguing voters, accusing voters of being fascist, it tends to make voters not want to be honest with pollsters. And I don't trust any polls these days. And Joe Biden is making it worse by actually, it's one thing to go after your opponents who are also politicians, but President Biden is going after voters who support his opponents and accusing them of being fascists and going around locking up supporters of Donald Trump. These are really scary times politically, and thinking that you're going to get an honest poll in these times, it's just, I just don't believe them.
Very interesting angle. Charlie Hurt, thanks for being with us. Always appreciate it.